Hi. I was just going to ask about developer experience versus hardware. I think the TPU hardware is extremely impressive, but there's a lot of, in the zeitgeist about how CUDA or different, technologies are easier to use than the TPU layer. And so I'd be curious for your perspective on that. And is that something you've been thinking about or getting a lot of angry emails about? Or
Yeah, I mean, I don't connect with cloud TPU customers all that much, but definitely the experience can be improved. One of the things we started working on in 2018 is a system called Pathways, which is really designed to enable us to take lots of different computing devices and then give sort of a really nice abstraction with those, where you have a virtual to physical device mapping that is managed by the underlying runtime system. And we have support for that for both PyTorch and JAX. We primarily use JAX in-house, but what we have is a single JAX Python process just looks like it has 10,000 devices on it. And you just write your code as you would as an ML researcher, and off you go. You can prototype it with 4 or 8 or 16 or 64 devices, and then you change a constant and you run against a different Pathways backend with 1,000, 10,000 chips, and off you go. Like our largest Gemini models are trained with a single Python process driving the entire thing with tens of thousands of chips, and it works quite well. So pretty good developer experience, I think. One thing I would say is, to date, we had not offered that to cloud customers, but we just announced at Cloud Next that we're now going to have Pathways available for cloud customers, so then everyone else can have the delightful experience of a single Python process with thousands of devices attached. And I agree, that's a much better experience than managing 64 processors for your 256 chips. Why would you want to do that?